With the calendar turning to September, the playoff line becomes a more oppressive presence. Colorado Springs and Monterey Bay find themselves in the thick of that heated race, and 3 points claimed tonight can mean a world difference in the West. Today's broadcast is presented by Children's Hospital of Colorado. We welcome you in here to Widener Field on the CBS Sports Golazo Network. Mark Schoenster, Chris Nurse with you here on the broadcast. Let's take a look at where these two teams sit in the standings. Right now, Chris, neither of them are where they want to be.
Yeah, as you can see from the table, neither of these teams right now across the playoff line. However, just 2 wins on the bounce would take them across those lines, so it's imperative that they get a fantastic result tonight. Monterey Bay currently sitting bottom of the table. Colorado Springs, we know what they were capable of doing last year in the playoffs. I bet they're itching to get across that line right now.
Itching to get across that line, and fresh off a big win against FC Tulsa, snapping their 14-game unbeaten streak. They're able to win that one 2-0. Perhaps this is getting the juices flowing, the ball rolling, and maybe they can start making that push for the playoffs.
Yeah, one thing you need going into the playoffs is momentum. You need a good feeling amongst the group. You need to be picking up wings. You need that confidence and that energy around the organization.
And on top of that, maybe add in some extra firepower. Kyle Vassell, an experienced striker, is our Modelo player to watch.
Yeah, one thing Kyle Vassell doesn't lack is experience for sure. Over 20 clubs in 15 years, a striker with a lot of experience. He's proven he's scored at a number of levels in the UK, alongside a spell in San Diego here in the US. So it's going to be interesting to see how he reinforces this group going into an important stretch.
Meanwhile, on the other side of things, Monterey Bay got off to a great start this season, but recently it's been a little bit more struggling.
Yeah, they've struggled to keep clean sheets. That's been the main problem for them. In 10 games, I'm not sure they've kept one clean sheet. We know as we get towards playoff stage, you need to be able to get those 1-0 wins and grind it out and defend that goal. So it's going to be interesting to see if they're able to do that tonight. Get
some clean sheets on the road. Meanwhile, on the offensive side of things, looking for goals. Perhaps Anton Soyberg can provide them.
Yeah, Soyberg is the go-to guy. He's the guy in front of goal who they got to find and deliver with good service. As we spoke about, the inability to keep clean sheets means they need multiple goals in games to be successful. And he's come up for them a number of times so far this season. He's not quite up there with the league's top goal scorers, but he's been very important for Monterey Bay.
With games getting fewer, the end of the season looms. With one of these sides have the opportunity to take 3 points here in a 6-point affair. Find out up next on the CBS Sports Golazo Network if either of them can take it. Lineups and kickoff are up next.
Injured in a crash? Get McDivitt and you get a firm dedicated to every single detail of your case.
We have the knowledge and resources to investigate the crash and your insurance company's small print.
Details matter. That's why we dive deep into every aspect of your case. This gives us the firepower we need to make the insurance company pay you the money you deserve.
We never ask you to pay a penny until we get you max money for your injuries.
Online at McDivittLaw.com.
McDivitt.
The moment you call McDivitt, an action plan is put into place right away to get you the help you need.
Each case and each client is different, with different needs and solutions. Your attorney and team immediately investigates every aspect of your crash and injuries.
We track down all the paperwork and deal directly with the insurance company for you.
We keep you in the loop every step of the way, fighting to get you max money for your injuries.
And you never pay us a dime until we get money for you.
McDivitt.
I don't remember how it started.
Go to that.
Our back and forth. It always came back.
Dad!
You probably don't remember what you told me.
That was perfect.
But I heard every word.
The USL on CBS is presented by Best Western Hotels and Resorts, the official hotel partner of the United Soccer League. Here's today's player walkout, sponsored by Children's Hospital Colorado. It's the Colorado Springs Switchbacks FC and Monterey Bay FC here. Mark Schoenster, Chris Nurse with you on the broadcast. Let's peek at the starting lineups brought to you by Phil Long. First off, the home side.
Yeah, when you look at Colorado Springs, you see a number of players who played in the playoffs last year. So it's a team that has confidence. They know how to win games. It has a lot of cohesion and chemistry. So it's just a case of whether they're able to put it all together now in the final stretch. So it's something that Monterey Bay will have to be very aware of today. They're picking up form, picking up a little bit of momentum, steam at the right moment, and it's a team that's very good in knockout competition.
Kyle Vassell getting his second consecutive start. Meanwhile, on the other side for the visitors, a couple of changes.
Yeah, I think they're stuck between a rock and a hard place right now, Monterey Bay. They need to get goals, they need to be expansive, they need to be on the front foot attacking-wise, but they've also got to correct their defensive record. So it's a case of which one do you address first? Do you become more defensive? I'm not sure that's the solution. Or do you leave yourself open and be expansive and go for multiple goals? It's going to be interesting to see how they approach the game.
See Tejada waiting to get this one going. With Adam Beaudry on international duty, see Christian Herrera getting another start in goal for Colorado Springs. Our official for this match, Elton Garcia. And we are ready to rumble here at Widener Field. Welcome you in on the broadcast once again. Two sides on the negative end of the playoff line. But with how tight the West is, 3 points not only could do you a lot of good, but can also kickstart a run. Because not only do you want to make the playoffs, but you want to go in with some positive momentum as well.
And obviously Colorado have the home advantage. That altitude gives them a little bit of advantage over their opponents. It's a little bit more difficult when away teams come up there. It makes it a little bit more tougher, the game. So it's going to be interesting to see if they're able to take advantage of that home field situation tonight.
Always tough for other teams to come in and play, but ultimately both sides having to play in that altitude. Here's the common spirit health injury report, unreported for both sides, but there are some players missing on international duty. Of course, that's not due to injury, but both sides with some players receiving that honor during the international window. Talked about it in the open. Colorado Springs coming off a 2-0 victory at home against FC Tulsa. Fjellberg squares it inside, Vassell shoots! And it bounces off of Carlos Guzman. Kyle Vassell looking for his first goal in Switchbacks colors.
It's an early glimpse of what Vassell offers this attacking line. You could see his movement. If you get to see it again, he makes one run for the defender, then finds space, stands still. Fjellberg finds him with the cutback. Ends up being a good block, deflecting for a corner kick, but again, some very early glimpses of what Vassell adds to this attacking lineup.
This corner kick is brought to you by Pepsi. Pepsi, that's what I like. That opening exchange is what the Switchbacks team likes to see. And Coletto will provide the service. Appeared to have been a handball inside the penalty area, and that's exactly what it is. So a 2-0 victory last week against FC Tulsa, which ended a 14-game unbeaten streak for Tulsa in that one. Colorado Springs with a big result. James Chambers, as you just saw a moment ago, was telling us that felt they limited pretty well in that game, especially in the first half. The chances were just from errors, mainly. Felt, though, in the first 45 minutes, they were a bit tentative. Then they came out the second half, looked great, scored a goal. Maybe got a little bit complacent, but overall, they dealt with everything FC Tulsa threw their way and got a late goal to seal the deal. He didn't seem fully pleased with the way the game went. He called it a decent performance, but not a A+, I guess, in his grade book.
Yeah, I think consistency is the key that both of these teams are looking for. It's okay to pull out the odd good performance, and when you do pull out a good performance given the run they had, sometimes it can be disappointing because you're showing what you could have done consistently over the course of the season and they wouldn't be in the position that they're in right now. So I think going into the final stretch that we mentioned, you've got to find consistency, you've got to find momentum, and you've got to find togetherness as a group to go out there and get 3 points.
These are two sides that you could certainly say the ceiling is much above where they currently sit in the table standings. Monterey Bay off to such a good start at the beginning of the year and have stooped down since then, but in theory, you could get right back to that form at any point in time. You've got the same talent on the roster, same coach, Jordan Stewart, and then of course, Colorado Springs, reigning champions. You know that they've still got some firepower.
It's a crazy situation that we can see both finalists from last year struggling to get themselves across the playoff line right now.
Goes to show you the level of this league at this point. These teams upgrading every season. Can never be complacent with what you've got and the standard you hold. It's a 1-0 loss on the road. Oakland last time out for Monterey Bay. A game in which they had quite a few chances, and George Stewart saying we just couldn't convert them. Only 3 to 4 shots on target for the Oakland Roots in that game, and yet they're able to convert on one. Felt they had as many good chances in just one half of action.
Definitely some calls for a handball there. The ball bounced up awkwardly, and definitely a few suggestive faces there. It would have been harsh, but we've seen them given.
Elton Garcia turns and looks the other way on that occasion. It's Yosuke Hanya. Now Matt Mahoney distributing it to his left-hand side. Backline today for this Colorado Springs side, composed of Real Mahoney, Tyler Clegg, and Akeem Ward. A couple of changes necessitated in that configuration for Colorado Springs from last game. Backline in that one was composed of Akeem Ward and Matt Ray on the outside, but Duke Lacroix and Garvin Matusla in the middle. Those two center backs now gone with Haiti for the international window.
Yeah, we were talking about the number of changes, especially from Monterey Bay, at a point in the season where it's imperative that they pick up 3 points and start to build a momentum. There's 4 changes from the previous lineup. It could be something to instigate a positive momentum or positive changes in the group, or it could be disruptive. You know, at this stage of the season, you're looking for continuity and chemistry and cohesion, and so many changes can obviously have a big disruptive effect on that. So it's interesting because clearly the results so far this season haven't been good enough, and maybe Jordan Stewart decided it's time to freshen things up, put some new faces in, give some new players a chance to go forward and see if they can have a strong run.
It's always that balancing act, right, when it comes to how much do you tweak a lineup, because you don't want to mess up the foundation too much, but if results aren't going away, like you said, you got to find a change somewhere.
Yeah, and it's also...
Service nodded away for a moment. Nalati.
The situation both of these teams find themselves in. You can envision there's strong emotions when it comes to the club versus country conversation also. Both teams struggling to get themselves across the playoff line, and you're going to lose top players to international break. I don't think there's ever a question. A player's got to represent their country if they're called upon. It's one of the biggest honors you can ever have as a player, but you can also understand the club argument that they're fighting for the playoff position, and essentially you're losing your top players in that battle.
Could be something brewing here. The ball played too far ahead of Ivanovic. Pass lost in a vulnerable spot. Results in Monterey Bay having a chance going forward. On the other side, the offside flag will deny Kyle Vassell.
He might have been offside, but I think his positioning is excellent here. He positions himself right in between the two centre-backs. None of them are paying close attention to him. If he keeps himself onside there, there's a fantastic opportunity to get the first goal of the game. I would say that's a situation that both Guzman and Gordon need to pay a little bit more attention to.
Got to keep your eye on that big 9-3, top of the formation for Colorado Springs. Searching ball, bounces to the right-hand side. Excellent save by Herrera. It trickled through for Tyrick Scott, but he couldn't best the goalkeeper. They're still on though. Klein couldn't connect. Swinging ball will go wide.
It's a great opportunity for Monterey Bay to take lead. What a ball from Robinson, just clips it over the top here, and Scott arrives. I know Jordan Scott spoke about creating chances and missing chances, but if you're going to have any success, you've got to take chances. This is an absolute gift. It's a brilliant save too, but you'd expect to see that wrestling in the back of the net. Fantastic save there from Herrera in the end. But brilliant play there from Robinson. A great run from Scott. Just didn't have the quality or composure to finish it off.
Grant Robinson, one of those 4 changes in the lineup for this game for Monterey Bay.
It's always a tough one. Was that a fantastic save by Herrera, or was it a poor finish from Scott? It could be either or. It is a fantastic save from Herrera when you look at it. Could Scott have had a little bit more composure and picked one of the corners? Maybe, but it was a brilliant chance. Given the form that Monterey Bay are in, you can't afford to turn away opportunities like that.
That was put on a platter from the left back. Scott, another recent addition to Monterey Bay. So both of these sides trying to add some extra attacking firepower in the likes of Vassell and Scott. Nico Campuzano helps with the distribution there. Despite a change in center back pairing, James Chambers pretty comfortable with throwing Tyler Clegg and Matt Mahoney in there. Mahoney in particular, obviously, not going to be too comfortable with, even though he wasn't in the starting lineup last week. Meanwhile, on the Monterey Bay side of things, it's turning into crunch time this season, having played 23 games. Don't have that many left to go. Need to start picking up 3 points. This one nearly slips through. Soyberg tried to get that one on goal with the outside of his boot.
Yeah, for sure, this is the business end of the season where, yeah, it's all well playing a certain style and playing well. But the one thing that matters at this end of the season is being able to pick up results and get wins. And that's the only thing that's going to get these two teams to where they want to be in a few weeks' time. So I think do you sacrifice a little bit of style of play in terms to make sure you get the 3 points, how you approach the latter phases of games, how much risk do you take in building up? These are all things that come into consideration at this phase of the season when it is all about the result.
We're watching Colorado Springs and Monterey Bay on the CBS Sports Golazo Network. 0-0 between these two sides. Colorado Springs trying to switch or change that. Great save from Campuzano.
Fjellberg chooses to go to goal himself there, but Vassell was all alone at the back post. If he uses his left foot there and just slides it across the face of goal, I think Vassell taps in. He opts to go for with his right foot and try to take the shot on target. Ends up being a fairly decent save from Campuzano.
Now both sides have had some good opportunities. Neither can capitalize just yet. Guzman rolls it ahead. Returned right back to him. Jordan Stewart's been talking to his guys about that playoff push, describing it as now or never time. It's a chance to make club history, make the playoffs for the first time. Currently on the outside looking in, so they're just looking for that boost in the final push. I said you can describe it as pressure, but at this point in the year, every team is starting to feel that need to get results. All of these matches just dialing up in intensity.
Yeah, I think the pressure at this stage of the season is also real, because if you're outside the playoffs, the players start to feel the pressure because you're at a phase in the season when you're playing for your contracts for the following year. So it's kind of the unspoken pressure that players have to feel and have to be aware of as you approach the postseason. If your team doesn't make the playoffs, there's a high possibility there's going to be a number of changes, and that's just not on the playing staff. It could be on the technical staff also. So I think there's an unspoken pressure all around that you try to ignore, but there's no way you can really ignore it, because you know you need to win to keep yourselves employed and in a job. So I think that that's represented maybe in both teams.
Chance to deliver the service. That cross played by Herrera. Whipped in by Joel Garcia Jr. Once again, you're watching Colorado Springs Switchbacks FC. It's Monterey Bay FC here. Both sides have had some opportunities, but it remains scoreless. Point of attack switch for the home side. Fjellberg trying to feed Tejada. Play goes on. Tejada persistent with it even when down on the turf. You gotta be careful there. Two Monterey Bay players waiting to jump on that pass. Real plays it ahead to Tejada. His service drills in. Vassell lets it slip through. No one's on the other end of it, though.
Smart play there from Vassell. Just dummies it, expecting Ward to make the run at the back post.
Sunbelt Rentals, local hustle, national muscle. Whistle sounded by Elton Garcia. Watching their more recent games, James Chambers looking at this Monterey Bay side, they've done well in the last few matches, and that the Oakland game in particular could have gone either way.
Yeah, one thing he didn't question at all was the character of his team. He gives them outstanding credit for who they are as players and who they also are as people. With the results that they've had, good performance, bad performance, win, loss, is questionable, especially after the last game, how they were going to react, and they had a positive reaction. So it was interesting to see him defend his group and obviously back them, not casting any questions on their character as players or individuals based upon recent performances.
And he mentioned on the flip side, after beating Tulsa, he said, and I quote, nobody is smelling themselves now that we beat Tulsa. Still keeping their head down, doing the hard work. And he had similar things to say, knowing that Monterey Bay would be coming in hungry for 3 points. Gotta stay sharp.
Yeah, I think when you
hold that thought for just a moment. Micheletto plays it across. It bounces behind Vassell. Fjellberg. They'll take on Garcia.
Starting to see some cracks appear in that Monterey Bay defense. 2 or 3 times now, those low-driven balls have come across the box, and there's just been no one attacking the far post to tack them in. This time the cross comes from the right-hand side. Previously it was the left-hand side. Gets the time to deliver across here, and Vassell's run is just a little bit too early.
Ward swings it in. Micheletto keeps it in bounds. Anya giving chase, and ends up going by both players. And it's tapped out of bounds. The USL on the CBS Sports Network kicks off September with a League One battle. Playoff contender Spokane Velocity FC take on newcomer Westchester SC Sunday, September 7th That's tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern on the CBS Sports Network. Clegg carrying it forward. Now the center back caught out of position. Boy, there are a lot of black jerseys back there, though, covering him.
I think there's a few consistencies. When you look at the teams that are in a position where they can compete for first position in both conferences, none of those teams have lost more than 5 games. Louisville, obviously the outstanding team right now, have lost just 1 game so far this season. But when you look at the other teams competing, Charleston have lost 5 games, Tulsa just 4 games, Sacramento 5 games. And they're probably the 4 teams that are in competition to be regular season champions in their respective conferences. When we get down to Colorado and Monterey, we're looking at teams that have lost 8 games, 11 games, negative in goal differential. I always think goal differential is a huge factor when looking at teams capable of winning the regular season. Again, it comes down to that ability to keep clean sheets.
We're going to get our first booking of the evening as Xavi Nialauti has been issued a yellow card. This caution is sponsored by Diversis Health, mental health and well-being for all. Remember to take a moment to breathe. We have a player down. Injury stoppage brought to you by Common Spirit Health. And we've got a free kick opportunity for Colorado Springs, brought to you by Underline, delivering gigabit fiber internet. Underline.com/COS. Marco Micheletto, the one behind the dead ball. They'll play it over to Ward. He'll provide the floating service. Ivanovic, instead of going forward, opts to give it back to his goalkeeper. Hopeful long ball, scooped up by Colorado Springs. Micheletto has room to operate. Finds Vassell.
Tejeda there, just unable to read the cues that Vassell was giving him. It's a fantastic idea, the one-touch layoff. Tejeda had already taken off into the space behind. That's the chemistry and cohesion. It takes a little bit of time to build, to be able to read your teammates' body language and understand where that next pass is going to go and have the advantage over your opponents.
Nialauti. Ushered off the ball by Akeem Ward. Couldn't keep his footing. Watch the USL Championship in Spanish on TUDN, excuse me, the nation's leading Spanish language sports network. New Mexico United takes on Detroit City FC on Wednesday, September 10th at 9 p.m. Eastern on TUDN. Go to USLChampionship.com for the complete USL TV listings. Robinson feeds it to Klein, returns the favor nicely. Robinson across the middle! Oh no! Tyrick Scott just makes a mess of that one.
This is fantastic play between Klein and Robinson. Previously, Robinson again providing that service to Scott at the far post. The timing of the run, the build-up play, everything is perfect, but the finish just lacks quality. On this occasion, Scott just needs to open his hips with the inside of his foot, guide it back where it came from, and at least force the keeper into a save and get it on target. The service has been there. They've got him behind this Colorado Switchbacks defense on numerous occasions. The quality to finish off the play just hasn't been present. But fantastic combination play there between Klein and Robinson. Robinson has been a key player. Despite operating in a left-back position, he's provided the 2 best passes for goal scoring opportunities for Monterey Bay in this opening half.
A huge sigh of relief for Colorado Springs. 2 times now they've been let off the hook. Grant Robinson has done so well. Fjellberg.
I think they've also exploited a weakness right now in the Switchbacks defense. For sure, you can see every time right now Scott's arrived at that far post, he's been all alone in space. It's a weak area that they can continue to attack, but the end product, the final product, the strike on goal has to be better. The first time we said, was it a good save from Herrera? Yes. The second time, I think that's a poor attempt on goal.
As we wait for this throw-in to get back into the fray. Some clearing up needing to be done by Elton Garcia, our head official.
Robinson's offensive contributions from the left-back position has been fantastic, though, in his opening 25 minutes. The quality he has in that left foot has been sublime. We've seen a driven ball over the top. We've seen the whip round behind the defense. Service strikers crave for.
Can they take advantage of that? We had another injury stoppage brought to you by Common Spirit Health. That was what was holding us up. Yosuke Hanya had to go to the sideline, get some extra taping. There he is, getting ready to be waved back onto the pitch. He's been properly tended to. Back in the fray now. So 25 minutes in, it's 0-0, but Monterey Bay in particular really argue they should be up 1-0. Tyrick Scott unable to put away that last opportunity, just his 3rd appearance with the club. George Stewart had a lot of good things to say about Tyrick Scott, though. He said for a guy so young, he's got an older mentality. As this one's been given away. Vassell winds up to shoot. Too much underneath it.
A lot of power in the strike, but not too much accuracy. Definitely a lot of venom in that left foot there from Scott. Probably had more time to take it a little bit further and pick his pocket. They wanted to finish it in. Opted for the power from distance. Unable to bring a save out of Campuzano on this occasion, but shown signs of threat. I think if you leave him alone too many times in and around the 18-yard box, it's only a matter of time before he puts one into the back of the net.
Funga trying to roll it ahead, decline. Dished out by Hanya. As I was talking about before, giveaway opportunity for Colorado Springs. Tyrick Scott, a guy who has just come in, loaned from FC Dallas. Has a couple years of experience playing with their 2nd team, North Texas. Only been with Monterey Bay for a couple of weeks. Found a free kick awarded for the visitors.
I think Monterey Bay would have liked to have the advantage in that situation. Ivanovic found a way to get it to Robinson, who was underlapping. He was in full speed and momentum going forward.
Injury stoppage brought to you by Common Spirit Health. Clegg clears it away. Vassell is brought down. Ref says it's fair play. Both players are still on the ground. Guzman and Vassell, who are tangled up. And now the whistle will sound.
Vassell actually does a good job of using his body to back in here, and then as it goes over, he rolls him. There's not much of a free kick in there from Vassell. It just ends up being a collided body. It's actually really intelligent forward play.
Injury stoppage brought to you by Common Spirit Health, as Carlos Guzman is tended to. You can see right now Mahoney trying to plead the case of the striker. Good attendance, as always, here at Widener Field. It's also superhero night, so we've seen some superhero costumes about.
Herrera might be wearing one of those costumes given the save he pulled off earlier in the first half.
Oh, for sure. Nice and tall as well, 6'7", so gives that superhero frame.
What name are you giving him?
I mean, you could call him the Clean Sheet. That's just one off the top of my head.
Pink Phantom?
Pink Phantom. That's a lot better than the Clean Sheet, admittedly. Sunbelt Rentals, local hustle, national muscle.
Campuzano would be the Pink Phantom. You have to think of one for Herrera.
Well, I think Herrera's also wearing pink, if I recall. Oh, no, he's not. See? He could be the Orange Phantom. They could be rivals. Either way, he's working with two different center backs from last game, Duke Lacroix, Garvin Matusla, along with Adam Beaudry, who has been getting looks in goal recently for Colorado Springs, are all gone on international duty. The first two with Haiti, Beaudry with the United States U20s. Offside flag goes up. USL published a great story earlier this week, written by Duke Lacroix, about his journey to making it to the national team. Really good piece, worth checking out. Meanwhile, for Monterey Bay, Mael Malongo not available for selection because he's with Malawi for the World Cup qualifiers. If he gets a chance to play in that game, or either of those games, he would be making his debut for the national team. Campuzano connects with Nico Gordon, who carries it forward before finding Yalaudi. This one will roll over to Robinson. He'll get it right back. Robinson plays this one into the penalty area. Still up for grabs. Couple of players knocking over, and it ends up being a corner kick.
Robinson again, the man providing that key ball into the box on the left-hand side here from Monterey Bay.
This injury stoppage brought to you by Common Spirit Health. It's been a clunky opening 30 minutes, a lot of players going down.
I think the collision here is between Scott and Fjellberg. It's a great little ball to the back post there, hanged up from Robinson.
So Fjellberg's back up, which is good news, which means it's time for this corner kick brought to you by McDivitt Law Firm. McDivitt is in your corner.
Collision there was between Fonguk and Fjellberg.
Soyberg drills in the cross. And they'll have another take at it, except this time from the other corner flag.
A little bit of pushing and shoving there inside the box.
Once again, player down for Colorado Springs. Tanya again. Near the middle of your screen. Right in front of the goalkeeper, there he goes.
Not that malicious, is it?
No, I'm not. I didn't see anything initiated there. Maybe just got his ankle stepped on or just tripped. This corner kick is brought to you by Pikes Peak National Bank. Bank well, be well, cheer loud.
We briefly touched on Monterey Bay's clean sheet record in the Open, and they've clipped just one clean sheet in 14 games. That was a 0-0 versus San Antonio. So it's going to be interesting to see if they're able to do that. Obviously away to Colorado Springs, very tough place to keep a clean sheet, but it would be a step forward if they're able to get a sneaky win here, 1-0 victory and keep a clean sheet. I think that would be a big step forward for them.
All right, well, we've got a yellow card here. Matt Real going into the books. Matt Real receiving the yellow card. This caution sponsored by Diversus Health, mental health and well-being for all. Remember to take a moment to breathe.
Yeah, it's a really silly situation to get a yellow card. Now puts you in a precarious place for the remainder of the game.
Whistle sounds. Tell you what, Chris, we haven't played a lot of football as of late. A lot of stoppages.
Yeah, both teams just losing a little bit of emotion control. There's a great opportunity to score from a corner kick here from Monterey Bay, and they end up giving away a free kick and just turning possession back to Colorado. And obviously we're seeing yellow cards picked up for almost nothing. Both teams just need to take a deep breath and calm down a little bit and refocus.
Select is proud to be the official match ball supplier of the USL Championship. From the Academy to the big leagues, Select is there every step of the way. Visit us.select-sport.com for the latest Select products, specials, and more. Select, the player's choice. Offside flag. Declaring Johnny Klein. Trying to come back on side to engage with the pass, and the AR was privy to it. And some reflection within the building from Monterey Bay FC as of late. Jordan Stewart, the head coach, telling us that they've been doing a lot of reflection. They know the first 10 games of the season were really good, but they knew going into the year that there were going to be ups and downs. Of course, they didn't want the down to last as long as it has. But every day, every game, an opportunity to improve. So they've been keeping it positive, and look, they still have everything to play for, even at the bottom of the standings, because the West has just been that tight this year.
But you can easily locate where the issue's been. It's not been chances created. The two fantastic chances in this game. It's been the ability to convert those chances, and that's why strikers and attackers make the big money, because those moments is what really turns the game around. And if you score those goals, this game has a completely different flow to it. You know, you're 2-0 in the lead or you're 1-0 in the lead, and you're able to adapt how you're playing without getting those go-ahead goals that allow you a little bit of control over the game to relax and manage the tempo a little bit. You're always on the edge, and then things can change very quickly.
So roll all the way back to Herrera.
And on top of that, if you don't convert those chances and you've kept one clean sheet in 14 games,
yeah,
that's a big indicator that it could be a rough night.
Switchbacks trying to contribute to that right now. Service sails over everybody. Bounces harmlessly on the other touchline.
I think the bigger question is, do they have players with the quality in the attacking third to take those chances? It's not the creation of the chances, it's having the quality to convert those chances. And then, do they have the players at the back capable of keeping clean sheets? I think that the game is won, obviously, and won and lost in both boxes, and you have question marks over those two areas for Monterey Bay. The ability to convert chances and the ability to keep clean sheets.
Who's going to step up and provide the answers to those questions, or is that table movement going to be minimal here for the rest of the season? Ivanovic, all by his lonesome right now. Ivanovic finds Scott. Tyrick Scott gets by the keeper, but not the defender. Second chance goes through. He had to keep on trying in this game, but Tyrick Scott puts Monterey Bay on the board.
So we were just asking a question, who had the quality in the final third to do it, and Scott pops up at the right moment. He shows fantastic character, because it took 4 chances for him to get that one goal. You thought it was deja vu when the first one gets blocked, but then he had the composure to stay calm and bury the second one. Great play from Ivanovic. Finds the hole in between the defender's legs. You thought deja vu with this one, but stayed composed, stayed in the game. A difficult finish with the left foot, and Scott gives Monterey Bay the go-ahead goal.
An emotionally turbulent half of action for Tyrick Scott, scoring his first goal for Monterey Bay after recently being loaned. Now he's officially put himself in the impact category with Jordan Stewart's unit.
Yep, and if you're Monterey Bay, 5 minutes to half-time, lock up shop. Don't give away any goal scoring chances. Stay tight, stay compact, stay organized, get to half-time, catch a breather and regroup before the second half. You've got yourself the go-ahead goal. You know that you're a team that hasn't kept many clean sheets this season, so it's imperative now to stay defensively compact and concentrate in this exact moment with 5 minutes remaining to half-time. You can already see, since going ahead, needless turnovers. They need to be a little bit more responsible in possession in these moments and just take control of the momentum of the game.
Some situational awareness with about 4 to 3 minutes left to go in the 45, though. Given the way this game has been paced, you imagine there will be at least a considerable number tacked on top of the 45. As case in point, here's another injury stoppage brought to you by Common Spirit Health.
Yeah, the game has been a little bit impeded in stoppages. We saw the corner situation where it took a little bit longer to restart there. A couple of players going down for a minute here and there. I think we'll get a decent amount of stoppage time before we get the halftime break.
So while Gilbert gets himself back up and walking, let's take a look at that goal again. And look who it starts with. Robinson plays it down to Ivanovic, and then been kind of storybook here in this first half for Tyrick Scott. A couple of big opportunities coming his way. He couldn't get it done. He's even shut down on the first chance here.
Great play for Ivanovic. Just stands, click up, and then plays it in between his legs. But all the time that Scott had in the box on his own. I told you there was a weakness at that far post. That's the third time he's arrived at the far post, completely unmarked, no defender anywhere near him. And on this occasion, he does find a way to put it into the back of the net on the second attempt.
It's all smiles now for Tyrick Scott, the 20-year-old from Brooklyn.
But for Colorado, how many times are you going to allow Scott to arrive in that area unchallenged, untracked, nobody marking him?
Soccer season is here, and SeatGeek is the official ticketing partner of the USL. Get all your USL tickets and more from the #1 ticketing site, SeatGeek, your ticket to great seats.
There's one thing Monterey Bay can't do. They can't completely relax and take their foot off the gas. Colorado are known for being stronger in the final 30 minutes of the game. So they need to make sure that they keep themselves focused, they keep disciplined, they stay concentrating throughout the whole duration of the game.
I mean, you talked about it, their struggle to maintain clean sheets this recent stretch of matches.
Not struggle, they've only been able to do it once in 14 games. That's a little more than a struggle. It doesn't happen too frequently. It doesn't happen too frequently. Today may be a different day, but away against Colorado Springs is a tough art. So they're going to need multiple goals, or they're going to have to lock in extremely well defensively in that second half.
And if you want the idealist perspective, you want both to happen. Of course, at this point in the year, beggars can't be choosers. Monterey Bay need 3 points, so however they can get to it.
Yeah, and with 3 points, Monterey Bay would jump above Colorado, and it makes that playoff race just a little bit more tasty. If this result was to maintain, both teams would be just 1 point outside of the playoff line, both on 27 points. Of course, still a long time to play in this game, hypothetically speaking.
So you see 4 more minutes will be added on here to the already allocated 45.
This will definitely set us up for an exciting second half. I can tell you that James Chambers will definitely be looking for a response from his Colorado team, and you'll be asking, can Monterey Bay hold on to this?
Stoppage time brought to you by TikTok Shop. Hanya taking a bump from Robinson. And that'll look to be a booking as Grant Robinson receives his second yellow card of the season. The yellow card, caution, sponsored by Diversus Health, mental health and well-being for all. Remember to take a moment to breathe.
It's a little bit of a rash challenge from Robinson, but this is just where Monterey Bay haven't done a fantastic job of locking things down and keeping their shape since they've got the go-ahead goal. They still allow runners in behind. There's still a lot of space in between lines, rather than making it very predictable, forcing sideways and backwards passes from Colorado Springs for the remaining minutes of the game. They've allowed them still to have a little bit too much influence on the game from an attacking perspective. It's a little bit too open.
Robinson, excuse me, gets the glance off of Vassell.
Yeah, and this is where you do slow down. The ball's out of play. Can you just allow those additional seconds to tick off the clock? Allow your team to get a breather. I don't think it's the point in the game where you need players running forward and leaving their standard positions. It's the phase where you need to be as hard as possible, physically possible, to break down as a unit.
Ward plays it up the pitch. Lowdy takes a tumble. Free kick is incoming. So halfway through the 4 added minutes.
I think Vassell there penalised for potentially coming in maybe studs up.
Yeah, looks like he catches his right boot. Been a busy man this half, Elton Garcia. Herrera able to claim that one. Really tough to put in something dangerous when you've got a 6'7" goalkeeper there ready to claim it in the air.
Cheeky effort there from Robinson, just trying to guide it into the far post.
Time ticking away here in the first half as Colorado Springs are looking to muster up one more opportunity before the halftime whistle. Monterey Bay with a boatload of chances. Tyreek Scott with some perseverance gets a goal to give his side the lead. And we're going to get a corner kick. This corner kick brought to you by T. Rowe Price. Invest with confidence. Probably be the last transaction in the half. Franco Micheletto makes his way over.
Fantastic opportunity for Colorado Springs to have one more try to get the equalizing goal before half-time. Micheletto with the out-swinging corner kick with the right foot.
It'll be a goal kick. One off of, I believe, Matt Mahoney.
I think there is the halftime whistle.
So after 45+ minutes, the visitors, Monterey Bay FC, with the 1-goal lead. They had the lion's share of chances, and Tyreek Scott puts his team in front with 45 more minutes to go. We're going to step aside now, have some halftime content coming your way up next on the CBS Sports Golazo Network. We'll see you then.
Injured in a crash? Get McDivitt and you get a firm dedicated to every single detail of your case.
We have the knowledge and resources to investigate the crash and your insurance company's small print.
Details matter. That's why we dive deep into every aspect of your case. This gives us the firepower we need to make the insurance company pay you the money you deserve.
We never ask you to pay a penny until we get you max money for your injuries.
Online at McDivittLaw.com.
McDivitt.
The moment you call McDivitt, an action plan is put into place right away to get you the help you need.
Each case and each client is different, with different needs and solutions. Your attorney and team immediately investigates every aspect of your crash and injuries.
We track down all the paperwork and deal directly with the insurance company for you.
We keep you in the loop every step of the way, fighting to get you max money for your injuries.
And you never pay us a dime until we get money for you.
McDivitt.
When I came back from the war, I was barely hanging on by a thread. I'm here today because of Tanya's relentless efforts in trying to get me healed. And says, Michael, I know you've got a plan to take your life today, but if you give me just 5 more minutes to love you.
5 more minutes, 5 more minutes, honey, 5 more minutes to love.
Michael has actually taught me what it looks like to accept help.
Halftime here in Colorado Springs as the Switchbacks and Monterey Bay do battle. Well, we're here during the halftime break presented by Children's Hospital of Colorado. Here's a look at tonight's honorary healthcare professional of the match. It's Saray Rocha, the Pyxis System Coordinator. Thank you to Saray for everything you've done to help our community. The healthcare professional of the match is sponsored by Olson Plumbing and Heating. With that in mind, although the playoff race is just heating up here, we've already had a USL Championship decided this season. Let's take a look back at how the League Two final took place.
USL 2 National Championship between Ballard FC and the Vermont Green. This is a moment very few of us have ever seen. This is a special moment for soccer and for Burlington. It is going to be a big one. These two teams are loaded with talent. They've both led their conferences, their divisions throughout the year, and a chance for Ballard to make it 2 titles in 3 years, and a chance for Vermont Green to do something no one has done since 2010 and go perfect. got 3 points to the spot. He rolls it off the post and in. And Vermont Green take the lead in the national championship at Virtue Field. And there he is, coast to top once again. Ingay recovers it, curls it back in. Marshall puts it on, and Kisco, the national championship goal scorer in NCAA, puts it in 2025. Vermont is the king of soccer, and the Vermont Green win their first ever USL 2 title. And green is the color of victory once again in Burlington, Vermont.
Wait, come back! Wait, come back, I need more help.
Take a loan off it. Take a loan for free.
Today we went to the beach, and it was totally worth it. Get double points this fall at Best Western.
We don't stop chanting, we don't stop drumming,
yelling and screaming and chanting.
Back from the dead in the 90th minute!
We'll follow them wherever, pretty much. That's just the love that we have for our team.
Strikes with the right and opens the scoring. A dream start for the home side. Wow, what a strike from Westchester, and it's Prince Sadie.
Take a loan off it. Take a loan for free.
Today, we accomplished nothing. I mean it, not a thing. And it was kinda everything.
Get double points this fall at Best Western.
We welcome you back here. 1-0 your scoreline at halftime. Brought to you by Children's Hospital Colorado. Mark Schoenberg, Chris Nerves with you here on the broadcast. Monterey Bay FC with the lead as it stands right now. But zooming out from this game, that 0-0 between New Mexico and San Antonio. San Antonio down a man, but we got some more halftime content coming up your way on CBS Sports Golazo Network. We'll see you after this break.
The moment you call McDivitt, an action plan is put into place right away to get you the help you need.
Each case and each client is different, with different needs and solutions. Your attorney and team immediately investigates every aspect of your crash and injuries.
We track down all the paperwork and deal directly with the insurance company for you.
We keep you in the loop every step of the way, fighting to get you max money for your injuries.
And you never pay us a dime until we get money for you.
McDivitt.
Injured in a crash? Get McDivitt and you get a firm dedicated to every single detail of your case.
We have the knowledge and resources to investigate the crash and your insurance company's small print.
Details matter. That's why we dive deep into every aspect of your case. This gives us the firepower we need to make the insurance company pay you the money you deserve.
We never ask you to pay a penny until we get you max money for your injuries.
Online at McDivittLaw.com.
McDivitt.
The bravest person I know is my daughter, Cynthia.
My friend Sean, and he was in the Air Force.
One of the bravest things he ever did wasn't when he first enlisted, it was when he found his first support group.
It was when he asked to move in with me and my mom.
I felt like I was lost, and you gave me a place to stay.
She went on foreign soil. She went to war. But the bravest thing she did is when she asked for help.
The PTSD, depression, anxiety. I needed somebody to sit on my side of the table. Bree made that happen for me. KOAA, Channel 5, they care about the military. They care about the veterans. I've never seen this kind of care in my 80 years. Thank goodness for Bree helping me out. God put an angel in my life, and it just touched me so much.
The USL on CBS is presented by Best Western Hotels and Resorts, the official hotel partner of the United Soccer League. We're here on the tail end of the Children's Hospital Colorado halftime show. Monterey Bay FC leading Colorado Springs 1-0 after 45 minutes. In case you're just now tuning in here on the CBS Sports Golazo Network, let's catch you up on all the action. Mark Schoenster, Chris Nurse with you here on the broadcast. Starts in the 8th minute. A lot of chances for both sides, especially for Monterey Bay FC.
Robinson with that wonderful left foot. Dinks it over the back line of Colorado Switchbacks. Scott arrives at the right time, and I think we're going to cast as a fantastic save from Herrera to keep the score 0-0 at that point.
And on the other end of things, Colorado Springs So we just gave you the Saturday scores at halftime. There's already been an update as far as those scores are concerned. I mentioned it, that San Antonio FC went down a man, and New Mexico United have taken advantage of that and have struck against San Antonio FC. It's always so big in the Western Conference, the swaying of who claims what points, because that means now San Antonio FC and New Mexico United are tied at 30 points, along with Phoenix Rising, by the way. So that's 5th, 6th, and 7th at 30 points. Lexington getting a win last night, also just a point above them. It's so tight. Both of these teams are on the outside looking in right now, but we've emphasized it. There is not a lot separating them from those teams we just discussed. Just a couple points and you're right there.
Yeah, right now in the Western Conference, 28 points gets you into the playoffs with 28 points. In the Eastern Conference right now, 26 points gets you across the playoff line.
There will be 2 substitutions through the halftime break for James Chambers, and can't be but so surprised. Wasn't not exactly the best of performances for them in the first 45. They could be down a lot more than they are right now. You see one of them in there. Cole Moraka, downing the number 8, subs in for Jonas Fjellberg. Along with that, Brennan Creek also subs on. He takes the place of Marco Micheletto. So there are your 2 changes.
Fjellberg did go down a few times in that first half from a couple of knocks, so it's interesting to know if he went out of injury or if it's just to sharpen things up tactically.
Moraka, his 2nd game back with Colorado Springs, was loaned last year to help facilitate that championship run. Loaned again from the Columbus Crew. Scored in his return debut last game. Of course, it was a breakaway open net goal, but they don't count the same. Those are your 2 changes. Those substitutions brought to you by UCCS, where business careers start. Tejada lost his footing. It's still going the prowl here.
It's a fast start here from Colorado Springs. They've obviously had some strong words at halftime, and they've started on the front foot very fast in this second half. As expected, being the home team, as we spoke about, having that home altitude advantage in front of your home fans, you're expected to take the game by the scruff of the neck and put on a show for your spectators.
Step up shot. Shot to the face is taken by Fonguk.
From Monterey Bay, they're here strictly to get a result and walk away with 3 points by any means necessary. They're not here to entertain the fans, although they've done a decent job of giving us some nice goal-scoring opportunities. They're here for the business aspect of things. Can we leave Colorado with 3 points tonight?
Whatever it takes. So this is how the Western Conference looks right now. I mentioned a 3-way tie for 30 points, 5, 6, and 7, all sitting in that location. And now this is where these 2 stand, active standings. Monterey Bay hops Colorado Springs. They have something to say about it. Ward across to Vassell, swatted away by Campuzano.
On this occasion, we can call Campuzano the superhero, the Pink Phantom. It's a brilliant breakaway and fantastic delivery to the back post here from Ward. Vassell arrives at the right time, and look how quick he slows down the angle, covers that angle and pushes it away from goal. Brilliant goalkeeping, fantastic offensive play all around. It's an absolutely massive save there from Campuzano to keep Vassell off the score sheet.
Campuzano, who leads the league in saves, had 66 of them coming into the game. As we get a Pikes Peak National Bank corner kick. Bank well, be well, cheer loud. It'll be Cole Moraka who will execute this corner kick from the left flag. Rips it inside. Dealt with handily there by Monterey Bay. They find themselves on their heels a little bit to start off the second half.
As expected, we knew Colorado Springs were going to come out very fast in the start of the second half and try to get themselves back onto level pegging early doors. They've definitely had the opportunity.
Ward had done the hard part, got through some of the hacking there, but took some damage on the way out. So Johnny Klein will receive his first yellow card of the season. This caution sponsored by Diversus Health, mental health and well-being for all. Remember to take a moment to breathe.
You could say both teams have been guilty of wasting some key chances in tonight's game. some glorious opportunities to get themselves on the score sheet, but goalkeepers have made some big saves at key moments.
Johnny Klein just getting stamped there to Akeem Ward. Last-ditch effort to get the ball, just reckless behavior. Creek feeds it to Vassell. They'll lay it out wide. Anya to Ward. His cutting pass immediately denied.
Ward's been very active in these opening 5 minutes of the second half, overlapping runs, getting higher up the field, delivering crosses into the box.
This corner kick is brought to you by McDivitt Law Firm. McDivitt is in your corner.
Trying to create those 2v1 situations up against Garcia.
Trying to hop on these early chances, Colorado Springs. Vassell, keep it in play, cuts it back to Tejada. Second service. I'll get it again. Anya curls it inside, trickles through. Handball called.
Dangerous ball into the box there from Hanya, as you can see, very difficult to deal with, both for the defenders and also for the attackers. Whipped in with so much speed and spin on it. It wasn't great defending there at all from Monterey Bay. I think they were let off at the fact they bounced up awkwardly and hit the hand.
They continue to put their foot on the pedal here, Colorado Springs. Just been a bit messy from Monterey Bay to start.
Yeah, Monterey Bay definitely need to put their foot on the ball and gain a little composure and possession. It's going to be a long second half if they don't do that, because the attacks, the waves of attacks are coming vicious and fast right now from Colorado Springs. They've got to maintain possession of the ball for a little bit of time. Monterey Bay to give them a chance to keep in this game. Right now they're doing a lot of defending, consuming a lot of energy and getting stretched a lot.
Brennan Creek, the substitute, sprays it out to Tejada. Creek tried to slip it inside, but Vonguk, seeing the telestration, jumps on the avenue. Now Johnny Klein. Just a moment to recuperate here for Monterey Bay. Needed some reprieve for what has been nearly 5 minutes of Colorado Springs attacks being levied. Garcia got that one away, but it'll roll out harmlessly for a goal kick. Can't watch the match? Turn on Sirius XM FC 157, North America's only 24/7 source for engaging soccer talk, including USL All Access on Tuesday nights. Plus, hear live matches from the USL, MLS, Premier League, and more, all on Sirius XM FC 157 and the Sirius XM app.
Just a little bit late with that challenge there, Scott. Nothing malicious, just a little bit timed, a little bit late.
Maraca slips it over to Real, playing along the border. You mentioned it doesn't need to be pretty from Monterey Bay here in the second half. Jordan Stewart, we talked about the sense of urgency. He said, we're all dialed in, and you have to be honest with your players about it. He said, this one's must win. Now, in a lot of ways, that's not going to change your approach for a chunk of the match, because you're always going in to try to get 3 points in any game you play in. But he said, look, if it's 0-0 in the 70th minute, you know we're going to be aggressive and go for it. We're not going to settle. They're up 1-0 at this point. Still got a lot of the second half to go, but like you said, you do not need it to be flashy and pretty. They just got to figure out a way to get out of here with 3 points. And right now, they need to find a way to slow down Colorado Springs.
when teams build like that, it throws me off. The defender plays it back 5 yards to the goalkeeper, and then the goalkeeper pumps it long. Why doesn't he just pump it long from the get-go and get the defenders higher up the field? It really throws me off, the motive behind that.
I wish I had answers for you.
I think statistically it goes down as playing out from the back, but visually, I don't think the two are in tandem. If the goalkeeper plays it long after one pass, then I'm not sure that classes as playing out from the back. Statistically, though, you would know statistically, probably classes as playing out, no?
Yeah, I guess, but like you said, I guess the technicality versus what your heart's telling you, what your instincts say.
No, what your eyes are seeing, you mean?
Yeah, that's true.
The stats will say playing out from the back, but your eyes said long with a short pass.
Yeah, just a little dink and then the launched pass. But I also think just in its nature, you can look at it and go, well, obviously that doesn't feel right.
Yeah, I think the game has evolved so much that now if a goalkeeper plays direct from the back, it's almost perceived as a negative, when it may be the exact right thing that was needed at that moment in the game. I think we have to get back to the game being the right solution at the right moment, rather than this everybody must play out from the back, one size fits all style of play.
Oh, for sure. Vassell gets the pass. Trying to traverse through several jerseys flying around him. A ripping shot! Oh! From way downtown! A blazing shot from Tyler Clegg! What ambition! Why not have a go? The center back scoring his first goal in league play this season.
It's a fantastic strike from distance here from Clegg. He drives forward, he has the time and the space, he's under no pressure, just gets out his foot and has a goal. And it's just deceived everybody. I don't know if Campuzano didn't have a great view on it. It swerved a little bit late at the last moment. He's fully outstretched. Fair play to Clegg. He won't score too many like those in his career.
That one's stunning. This Switchbacks goal presented by Gold Hill. Gold Hill, the best address.
Well, there goes that clean sheet from Monterey Bay. Now they've got to make a decision. Expansive, go for it, or stay compact and see if they can nick a point.
This one pops loose. Ivanovic smothered, the ball still on the ground. Tyler Clegg levels this one. Just let it rip. Now we're all locked up at one apiece once again.
Yeah, and now you start to look back on some of those chances that Scott had in the first half, and you're looking back like if he'd have finished another couple of those, you're still comfortable without taking those chances. Now it's one, and the opponent's got themselves an out of nowhere equalizer from a 30-yard strike, and things are leveled up again.
And up to this point in the second half, they really haven't tested Colorado Springs at all. They've been the only one pushing forward, so they can just keep going from what it's been. So they'll continue to push and attack. Vassell, after a couple of taps, thought he was able to lay it back, but Monterey Bay will pick it up. They have some numbers going forward.
It's one of the few times in this game that Robinson's given away possession of the ball needlessly, but given the service he's put in, he's a player that you know you have to shut down, you have to close him down quickly, you can't allow him time and space. I would say anywhere across the halfway line. We saw the goal came from him playing a ball in behind from the halfway line. I would say anytime Robinson has the ball and he's facing forward, he's a player that you have to apply pressure to and try to force him to play sideways or backwards, because his forward passes are definitely dangerous and they can hurt you.
Tejada double team and draws the foul before the free kick can be taken. Substitution getting in for James Chambers' side. Matt Real, who's on a yellow card, will sub out, and Isaiah Foster steps into the pitch. Substitution brought to you by UCCS, where business careers start.
Goals change momentum in games, and as good as that strike was, you now feel that the pendulum is swinging in favor of Colorado Springs a little bit. It's rejuvenated the crowd, it's rejuvenated the fans, the energy has definitely had a switch. It's going to be a test of character here from Monterey Bay.
Soyberg, excuse me, that was Klein. Just let it get away from him. May get another crack at it, though. Robinson, let him operate. Robinson swings it in. Ivanovic got his head on it. But the ball goes off target.
Class play again from Robinson. He wins the ball in the middle of the park, plays out wide, continues his run forward, gets it back. And he has time here. He could take a touch and come inside, but the quality in his foot, he just hangs it up in the middle there. And Ivanovic unable to get up over the ball and head it down on target. But it's again Robinson with that overlapping play, joining the attack from deep positions from the defense, creating opportunities for his teammates.
This is Sunbelt Rentals, local hustle, national muscle. Ward, nice ball down the pitch. Hanya loses his footing. Now Tejada, stepping inside, tries it himself. Knocked down by Campuzano.
Good strike there from Tejada. Bringing out the best of Campuzano.
Like you said, right now, things brewing in favor of the Switchbacks.
Scott's done a lot of running today. I wouldn't be surprised if we see a change. It looks like he might just be running out of steam a little bit.
Certainly afforded quite a few opportunities in the first half. So this is a little confusing, as it did not appear that Tejada was offside. I didn't even see the assistant referee with his flag up. Well, we're getting a chance to look on our replay. He's clearly not offside. And the assistant also doesn't put his flag up. Very curious. And now the whistle sounds again, and I tell you what, Elton Garcia is not making any friends in Colorado Springs right now.
Yeah, difficult to know the reasoning for some of his decisions here, but
so that's where the whistle sounded earlier. Tejada, see there in the freeze frame, clearly onside when the pass was executed. Curious, to say the least.
It's where you wish sometimes the referee had a loud megaphone where they can tell everybody the reason for their call.
eFootball is here. Live your dream, rep your team, and play as your favorite USL Championship club. eFootball is free to play. Download now. Vassell, it slips through for him. Vassell scores! The big man gets his first with Colorado Springs.
And just like that, Colorado Springs have flipped this game upside down. Fantastic composure from Vassell. At this point, it's a terrible slip on the ball, but the composure to chop it away from Campuzano with the left foot, then dink it over the defender with the right foot. just resilience. Turns nothing into something. If he doesn't chase down, if he doesn't put the pressure on here, that gets dealt with fairly easily by Gordon. The pressure forces the slip on the ball. And Vassell says, thank you very much. I'll have that. 2-1, Colorado Springs.
This Switchbacks goal is presented by Gold Hill. Gold Hill, the best address. Kyle Vassell, a man who has scored in the USL before with the San Diego Loyal, then went over to Scotland to play with Kilmarnock. Big man scored some over there.
Journeyman.
Now he's back.
Shared a couple of clubs, Sutton United, Tooting and Mitcham. Spent some time at both of those clubs when I was back in England. Can't underestimate some of the players that come out of the non-league system and the Conference League.
So, after the goal was scored, a change has been made for Jordan Stewart's side. You mentioned Tyrek Scott looked like he was running on fumes, so he's been subbed out of the game. You see his replacement, Adrian Rebelar, in the match. Rebelar couldn't keep it close to his boot. That substitution brought to you by UCCS, where business careers start.
So a huge blow for Monterey Bay, as well as they've done tonight. You feel that goal would have just knocked the wind out of their sails. Hard to stomach considering the chances that they've created tonight. As we spoke about, the ability to keep clean sheets, being away to Colorado Springs, you have to score multiple goals to be successful and walk away with a positive result tonight.
So first, Tyler Clegg hits a laser from downtown.
Yeah, when you look at the 2 goals scored, you know, it's a slip on the ball.
And they may be onto something again. Hanya couldn't get by the keeper. Second effort, floating towards goal, but goes wide.
And again, this is great goalkeeping from Campuzano. He's way off his line, in no man's land, and comes off with a fantastic save. This could be 3. Anticipates well here and just closes things down for Hanya, impacting his decision-making. Brilliant goalkeeper from Campuzano. I don't think he's deserved to concede 2 goals tonight, but he has it. One was obviously the slip on the ball from Gordon, and then the strike from distance from Clegg. 2 opportunities that I'm not sure he could have really impacted much. But you look at the performance from Monterey Bay, and then you look at the goals they conceded, and you know, they can feel a little bit hard done by, but they can't be hard done by every week. They can't be hard done by 15 games just keeping 1 clean sheet. So you can see where the issues arise, and as we spoke about, it's not a case of, it's a chase of converting the chances they create on top of keeping clean sheets.
Recently brought into the match, now into the books, Adrian Rebelar.
And I don't mind that. He's coming to the game. He's trying to have an impact. He's working hard. He's closing down. He's chasing players down. He's trying to make something positive happen. And sometimes you're going to get a yellow card for that. Sometimes you need that spark. You need that fight. You need that bite in your team. And in fact, he hasn't done all that much wrong in that situation. I would say that's maybe a free kick. I wouldn't say that's a yellow card.
This caution sponsored by Diversus Health. Mental health and well-being for all. Remember to take a moment to breathe.
But I like the tenacity Rebelar's coming to the game with. Maybe he started last week's game. This week's game he's on the bench. Maybe he feels a little bit hard done by, but he's come in and responded well.
This substitution brought to you by UCCS, where business careers start. Levante Johnson takes place. Yosuke Hanya.
We spoke about Colorado find a way to get stronger in the last 30 minutes of games, especially when they're at home. And they've done that again tonight. It's kind of a secret confidence that they have, that they know, like, keep the game tight, and in the last 30 minutes, we have an extra gear that we can kick into. And I think they're showing that again tonight.
We've had some quality players coming off the bench too, in Johnson, Baraka, Creek, Isaiah Foster. All players who can certainly make an impact. There's Kyle Vassell. Tyler Clegg, the first goal scorer for Colorado Springs. Feeds it forward. Maraca out to Johnson. Tried to send it inside for Vassell. So now for Monterey Bay, you know you need 3 points. And now you're down a goal. And with just over 20 minutes to go, the desperation, anticipate, only ramps up from here. There's Matt Mahoney. Just out urgent. Can this Monterey Bay team beat? On the flip side, Colorado Springs have been swinging this entire second half. At what point do they start to lay off and see this one through? Or at least attempt to see this one through?
We spoke about the goals changing the momentum of the games, and after they got the equalizer, they just kept going, and you can feel the energy is clearly in their favor right now. You feel like Monterey Bay have a mountain to climb if they're going to get something out of this game, but there's still time. Just one moment of quality can really have a big difference in the outcome of this game.
It's really been a tale of two halves here at Widener Field. The first half, so many great opportunities for Monterey Bay. They get one goal to show for it. In the second half, it's been the flip side, basically. Colorado Springs knocking on the door incessantly, and then eventually breaking through, not once, but twice.
I think the source of success for Monterey Bay consistently has been able to find Robertson in space, facing forward, runners in behind, and he's had the quality to deliver. I think they've got to try and, it's weird that you're using your left back as the playmaker, but he has proven to be that guy tonight. So you've got to try and find Robertson in pockets of space alone as often as you can, and allow him to try and pick those killer passes in the attacking third for your teammates.
Looks like another change is readying for Jordan Stewart. But first, the USL Championship and League One are on CBS Sports and ESPN platforms all season long. Catch live matches and expert analysis every day on the CBS Sports Golazo Network and ESPN+. Go to USLChampionship.com or USLLeague1.com for the complete USL TV listings. Here's that aforementioned change. Laudi is out. Gutierrez is in. Substitution brought to you by UCCS, where business careers start. Johnson splits the defenders. Johnson fires! Bends over top.
Does everything well here, Johnson. Drives forward at the ball, slows it down, sucks into defenders, accelerates and changes speed, opens up his hips. Just needs to dip his head, keep his head over the ball and bend this into the far corner. It would have been probably goal of the week.
Yeah, that was looking like highlight reel material.
Just sails over the crossbar. Right, you're looking at the impact of substitutions coming off the bench, and you have Johnson sitting there who's capable of coming to the game and having moments and impact like that. This is where Colorado have that postseason ability where they just find a way to get themselves across that playoff line. I wouldn't be surprised if they end up going a similar distance as what they did last year.
Yeah, if I'm FC Tulsa or whoever ends up in that first place spot in the West, I would not want Colorado Springs to be my first fixture in postseason play. Like, congratulations, you got best in the West. Now take on the reigning champs.
There's some teams who just have the knack when it comes to postseason or knockout competitions of knowing how to be successful, and this may be one of those teams.
Mahoney will roll it over to Clegg. Seeing Colorado Springs not gonna sit on a 2-1 lead. They're still pushing numbers forward, trying to expand this advantage. Hakeem Ward sends it up for Moraka. Ward with a turn to Vassell. Kyle Vassell holding it up. Does well there. Johnson now. Still Johnson. Back across. It was behind Tejada. He was streaking along the goal line.
Fantastic attacking play here from Ward, from Vassell, and also from Johnson. Good feet, good decisions, good ability from all three of them.
Quincy Hjorman is going to sub into the game for Kyle Vassell. Vassell will make exit, but not before scoring his first goal with Colorado Springs. Here's a look at it again.
And here you can see the intelligent movement. He does well to keep himself onside, stays connected to the play, chops the keeper with the left, dinks it over the defender's outstretched leg with the right. Comes up with the pivotal moment in the game that gives Colorado Springs the lead.
The go-ahead goal scored by Vassell. Now he'll go to the bench. The substitution brought to you by UCCS, where business careers start. Sunbelt Rentals, local hustle, national muscle. Johnson gets knocked over. Get some injury stoppage brought to you by Common Spirit Health. Christian Herrera down on the turf right now. After stoppage brought to you by Common Spirit Health. Made a big save in the first half, Herrera. Hasn't been asked to do much here in the second half. As a matter of fact, he's not been needed to make a save yet. Just 3 shots this entire second half for Monterey Bay. None of which on target, of course.
Colorado turned up the heat when they came out for the second half, and they've been full steam ahead since they got the equalizing goal.
So earlier we looked at the standings when Monterey Bay were up a goal and had tentative 3 points. Now Colorado Springs right now sit on 3 points. So although they're not in the top 6, just wait till this switches over to the bottom 6 and you'll see. Oh, look at that. Above the playoff line. Hopped over Orange County.
How things change so quickly. Earlier in the game, Monterey Bay were clearly off the bottom of the table. A few minutes later, they're back where they started.
It's a cruel sport. Colorado Springs have been pretty cruel here in this second half. An onslaught of chances and 2 goals to flip the lead. A banger from Tyler Clegg. And then a persistent effort from Kyle Vassell. Johnson cut inside. His touch is a little loose, but he's able to track it down. Revelar also a bit frantic with the ball. See Vassell from the bench settling that one down for the throw-in. Tejada holding up nicely there. Played too far ahead, and ultimately it's been lackluster from Monterey Bay in the second half. They need some sort of spark in the last 10 or so minutes. Echevarria rolling it out wide. Yormet gets the favor return to him. Feels for a handball, won't be acquiesced.
It's a little bit ping pong in the middle of the park there. Neither team putting their foot on it and taking control of the game.
Just knocking back and forth for a hot minute.
You can see how stretched things look right now. And
Tejada winding around Robinson. Now finds Hjormet.
Colorado Springs doing a good job of maximizing the space on the field and really pulling this Monterey team's defensive shape apart.
Consistently asking them to give chase, wear them down. That falls down nicely for Maraca. Maraca trying to switch it out wide. Just a second game back after being loaned from Columbus Crew, Cole Maraca. Another change for Jordan Stewart. Soyberg exits for Alex Lara. This substitution brought to you by UCCS, where business careers start.
Switchbacks have made 5 substitutions so far. This will be the 3rd right now from Monterey Bay.
Your scoreline. Monterey Bay took the lead in the first half. Tyrek Scott putting his team ahead, but here in the second half, Colorado Springs have been the protagonists. And they've got 2 goals to show for it. But even outside of the 2 goals scored, all the other chances practically have been in favor of the home side. Oh, not kept in play by Akeem Ward. Wanted to get back to the basics in that game against FC Tulsa. After that loss against Phoenix Rising, that one just simply wasn't enough. So they're able to bounce back against a good team in FC Tulsa, get the win, show they're capable of knocking off the best teams, and they're looking to stack some results and have a positive push here at the end of the season. I said it at opening kick. You're not only trying to have a positive push here at the end of the regular season just to make the playoffs, but to have that steam going into the postseason. So it's not just important for these teams right in the thick of the playoff race to be winning games, of course, at the end of the year, but also for any team.
Yeah, and for Colorado, they if they're super optimistic, if they do.
Foster doesn't clean that one up. Ivanovic on the ball now. And it's blocked by Foster.
Being optimistic for Colorado, if they do, the result stays it is and they do win, they'll be on 30 points. To get themselves into the top 4 where they'll be able to host a home playoff game, 4th place is now on 31 points. So Colorado would now be on the same points as San Antonio, same points as New Mexico, same points as Phoenix, and just 1 point out of being able to host a home game. We've spoken about the home advantage that playing in Colorado provides for them.
That T-Row Price corner kick doesn't prove any danger.
You'd have to start thinking that
Oh, that's flicked along nicely, but it's not going to count.
For two reasons. The offside, and it ricochets off the crossbar.
Yeah, it didn't actually even end up going in. Three-way tie at 30 points. Sorry, four-way tie if this result holds.
It'll be a four-way tie, and all four teams obviously just 1 point of being in the top four where they would be in a position to host a home playoff game. For Colorado, we've spoken about the advantage of playing in Colorado has for them. You have to start thinking that these conversations will start to be had where they'll be pushing to potentially get themselves in a position where they can host the playoff game at home, giving them a significant advantage, not just the home, the fans, your own familiarity, but the altitude issue that comes from playing at home that other teams don't have in their advantage.
The counterpoint here, though, you're 1 point off of hosting a playoff game. You're also just 2 points shy of not even being in the playoffs with Orange County right behind you.
The margins are extremely tight. This playoff push is going to keep you on the edge of your seat right to the very last game. In both conferences.
Yeah, grab your popcorn. This free kick scoring opportunity brought to you by Underline, delivering gigabit fiber internet. Underline.com/COS. Johnson rolls it to Isaiah Foster. Whips in the cross. Headed back out across the goal line by Carlos Guzman, which will award a corner kick for Colorado Springs. This corner kick brought to you by Pikes Peak National Bank. Bank well, be well, cheer loud. It's been all well for Colorado Springs here in the second 45. Fans have been loving it here at Widener Field. They had no desire to put that one into the penalty area. He's looking to grind away some of this clock. Mentioned in the first half that it's superhero night at Widener Field. And a bit of the comeback story in this one, which is classic for comics. Down a goal. A little bit overwhelmed in the first half.
2 first goal of the season contributions.
Yeah. The rise of Tyler Clegg and Kyle Vassell.
We spoke about Vassell and, you know, what would he add from a reinforcement standpoint to this offense going into the final push of the season. And I think you've seen that from an ability to hold up the ball, from the understanding of movement, for the ability to create chances for teammates, for the ability to convert chances. I think is proven to be a good pickup for Colorado Springs to give them reinforcements in the offense going into this final stretch and potentially the postseason.
So with just a couple minutes to go. See Campuzano taking that ball a little bit further forward. And his teammates commit to the attacking half of the field. Gutierrez rolling it out wide to Robinson. Almost everything good offensively for Monterey Bay has come from the left boot of Robinson.
Yeah, and I think that I was just going to highlight, if Colorado recognize that Robinson has been the source of most of the opportunities going forward, then that's the player you've got to close down and shut down and not allow him the opportunities to deliver those balls. Rather than allow him to deliver it and try and deal with the crosses, just try to shut him down, put him under pressure and prevent him from delivering those quality services forward.
You get Akeem Ward to dial in, you sub in Brennan Creek, and you try to patch up that vulnerability.
Fantastic ball again from Robinson here.
Garcia looking for the pass inside. Instead, earns a corner kick. This corner kick brought to you by T. Rowe Price. Invest with confidence.
The kind of quality that Robinson's displayed tonight, that's a player that you'd expect to see competing in the playoffs.
It'll be Gutierrez to provide service from the right corner flag. Bad looking ball, but it's dealt with by Colorado Springs. Harrow's going to take as much time as he possibly can here. 90th minute on the match. After this one, the home side will take a road trip across the country to play Tampa. Meanwhile, it's back home to play Hartford for Monterey Bay. And if there is a glimmer of hope for the visitors, that 5 of their last 6 games are at home. So could be an opportunity, but time is running out for Jordan Stewart's side as we get 4 more minutes added on here to close out the game. Brought to you by TikTok Shop.
The hater's so tenacious. Misplaced pass, and he doesn't give up on it. He just keeps chasing it. So many times he creates his own luck and opportunities just through never giving up on anything.
He's been playing the whole 90 minutes. Continues to buzz around. Robinson sandwiched by 2 black jerseys there. Tyler Clegg, the right boot that made some magic earlier, sends that one all the way down the pitch, and now throwing for the home team. Yeah, get a photo with it before you give it back.
There's time wasting and there's time wasting. There is different levels to time wasting. Jeez.
They've just got their head in the game. So I'm sure that's what they were thinking of when they're getting the photo with the ball. We're killing more time on the clock. We're making sure that Colorado Springs gets all 3 points here.
Looking for a sponsorship deal with Select there.
Eh. Throw out the tag. See if you can get some traction. Can't knock the hustle. Always a good time here at Widener Field. Got an Underline free kick scoring opportunity. Delivering gigabit fiber internet. Underline.com/COS. Clegg will play it to the corner. Just over a minute left ticking in this game. Campuzano will say, I'll just use the ball over here. The climb getting steeper for the visitors. Meanwhile, Colorado Springs putting themselves in a better position, a 3-way tie. Right in the middle of the table. In the opening moments of this game, Chris, we talked about, and I think those 6 teams that, or not 6 teams, those 4 teams tied at 30 points, I think very similar things can be said about one thing in particular about all of them, is that consistency has been lacking a little bit from San Antonio, New Mexico, Phoenix Rising. and Colorado Springs. And here in the final stretch of the season, that could be the pivotal deciding factor which of those teams ends up the best in the standings come the end of the year.
Yeah, the teams that are able to pick up momentum and finish the season strong with consistency often have a good chance of success in the postseason. It's just the mentality, the momentum, the understanding of knowing how to win games, being in good form, knowing how to lock things down and shut down and be defensively concrete. These are all the little traits when you're in a good patch of form that can carry you across an objective.
And that'll do it here from Widener Field. Compare and contrast the two halves. Colorado Springs came out swinging in the second 45, scoring 2 goals and taking all 3 points in a 6-point affair with Monterey Bay.
Yeah, James Chambers didn't question the character of his team, and you can see why in the second half they showed exactly what they're about. Albeit there were 2 key moments that we'll get to shortly that had the biggest deciding factor on this game, but they showed a lot of character and resolve in the way they approached the second half.
You teased it. Let's dig into it. Let's look at the critical moment of the match, brought to you by Common Spirit Health. It's a banger from Tyler Clegg.
It's a banger from Clegg. You could say this is the pivotal moment, but there may be a similar pivotal moment that we'll get to shortly. A fantastic strike from Clegg, completely out of nowhere. Catches Campuzano on the blind side. Probably the goal of his career so far.
24-year-old letting it fly, but then the man who sealed the deal, Kyle Vassell, getting his first goal scored for Colorado Springs.
Now, I'll say this could be the pivotal moment. Gordon slipping on the ball here is the moment that puts the game in the fate of Colorado Springs. It's a key moment, it's a key mishap, and Vassell capitalizes on it for the second goal of the game to put Colorado in the lead. It's an unfortunate mistake, but these things happen sometimes, and Vassell said, thank you very much. I'll take that first goal of the season for his new team.
That's the transportation man of the match. Groom Airport Shuttle providing stress-free transportation between Colorado Springs and Dia. We'll step aside. Post-game thoughts coming up next on the CBS Sports Golazo Network. 2-1, your final score. Colorado Springs victorious.
Injured in a crash? Get McDivitt and you get a firm dedicated to every single detail of your case.
We have the knowledge and resources to investigate the crash and your insurance company's small print.
Details matter. That's why we dive deep into every aspect of your case. This gives us the firepower we need to make the insurance company pay you the money you deserve.
We never ask you to pay a penny until we get you max money for your injuries.
Online at McDivittLaw.com.
McDivitt.
The moment you call McDivitt, an action plan is put into place right away to get you the help you need.
Each case and each client is different, with different needs and solutions. Your attorney and team immediately investigates every aspect of your crash and injuries.
We track down all the paperwork and deal directly with the insurance company for you.
We keep you in the loop every step of the way, fighting to get you max money for your injuries.
And you never pay us a dime until we get money for you.
McDivitt.
I don't remember how it started.
Go to that.
Our back and forth. It always came back.
Dad!
You probably don't remember what you told me,
That was perfect.
but I heard every word.
Full time brought to you by Children's Hospital of Colorado. 2-1, your final score. The neon lights of Widener Field. And some fireworks to celebrate. 3 points for the home side. Mark Schoenster, Chris Nurse with you here on the CBS Sports Golazo Network. I think we just missed. Oh, there we go. Look at that. Amazing. Look at that. Some fireworks after the game. And now let's take a look at the fireworks
Oakland have 3 games in hand on them. A few teams have 10 games in hand, but they're not out of it yet.
Not out of it yet, but we are out of here on the CBS Sports Golazo Network. 2-1 your final score. The Switchbacks victorious at home. For our entire broadcasting crew, Chris Nurse, my name is Mark Schoenster. We thank you for tuning in, and we hope you have a fantastic rest of your night. We'll see you next time.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the express written consent of the United Soccer League.